Hey everyone, Robert Ferringo of Doc Sports here with your MLB. We'll call it the MLB handicapping bonanza. I kind of like that one. With me as always is my main man Raphael Esparza. And Raphael, I know that we're talking baseball. This is a baseball video. We're gonna break down three of the best series that are going on early in the week here in a minute. But the primary objective of videos like this is to make our clients money, right? To get them better informed, make them better bettors. So it'd be pretty much a dereliction of duty on my part not to bring up your NBA run. I know you're too humble to really talk about it, but folks, this guy over here, he's working that Mexican magic, and is it 16-3 in the playoffs so far?
Yeah, 16-3. I think since the end of March, 25-8, something like that. That's what I try. Like, we were talking before the video, and I want the season to end. I mean, if you followed my NBA plays throughout the whole season, I was trash. I was horrible. The dartboard was almost my friend picking games, but you know how it is when it comes to gambling. You just get hot, and you continue to ride the stuff that got you there, and I continue to ride the stuff that got me from a huge minus to a nice plus. And some of these numbers I just don't understand. Not the odds that the odds makers are posting, is the money that's coming in that's moving them in my favor. I think that's probably the most puzzling. Not what the odds makers posted, because I know why they're posting it, and I just don't understand the money that's coming in that's giving me the best number, and it is probably more head scratching than anything.
Yeah, NBA playoff betting, like NHL playoff betting, completely different animal than the regular season. It's just a complete, kind of like college basketball. Like the postseason, you have to approach so much differently because you have the same number of bettors, maybe even more, coming in the playoffs, but they're pumping all that money into only one or two games. And like you said, it's screwing with the odds. But look, the bottom line is right now you're on a pretty epic run. Congratulations. I hope you keep it going. I know you have a 7-unit play going tonight on one of the totals in one of the games. So, folks, I mean, if you like money, ride the hot hand. Just like you said, there's ups, there's down. When somebody's hot, you go to the well until the well is dry. So, all right, back to baseball. Let's talk a little bit baseball. We got Tampa Bay going out to Los Angeles. Tampa Bay has really been enjoying their West Coast swing. They've won all 6 games against teams from the AL West. They swept the A's, who are terrible. They swept Seattle, who has been pretty bad lately. And now they're going into a 3-game set with the Angels, who have gotten off to a really good start in this series. Tampa Bay is surprisingly plus 130 on the series price in this 3-game set. And Los Angeles, I think they're a little thick at minus 150. Raphael, what do you see it?
Yeah, I've been high on the Angels this year, even though they kicked me into growing yesterday because I had the Angels on the run line and they score all those runs in the 9th and they win 5-4, even though I had the plus 110, plus 105. I don't have it in front of me, but I've been really surprised, not on the Angels' bats, because they've been putting up some numbers. I want to say big numbers, but anything over 4 runs is a big number in baseball this year. But they've been producing it, and it's not just Ohtani and Trout. It's other people in that lineup as well. But here's another, Tampa Bay, who's swinging some hot bats. I mean, besides yesterday's loss 2-1, they back-to-back 8 runs against the Mariners over the weekend. They've been swinging some hot bats. I'm a little shocked on how heavy the Angels are, even though I know they're at home. But wow, minus 150. This is a team that still hasn't made the playoffs in forever. So granted, yeah, they're in first place, or I'm sorry, tied for first place and getting some key hits from key players. And it seems like they're having fun. If you watched last year's Angels team and this year's Angels team, boy, what a 2-time difference. I mean, I guess that's what happens when wins comes around. It seems like they're just having a lot of fun out there. But how could you not take the Rays on the series price? So they've just been phenomenal right now. And they're doing all their damage, again, on the road.
Yeah, I think they've won 9 straight road games, 8 straight road games. Tampa Bay has won. And, you mentioned about the Angels, how they're a much different team. To me, one of the biggest surprises, we're going to get to probably my second biggest surprise in a minute with the next series we talk about, but one of the biggest surprises is the Angels pitching staff. Like, they're finally getting some starting pitching. They're number 9 in the league in team RA. They're number 7 in team batting average against. I think teams are only hitting 217 as a team against the Angels right now. Noah Syndergaard has been great. He's been a very underrated signing. The guy he hated being in New York. He hated the Mets. It wasn't an amicable parting, but the Angels really might have landed themselves the ace that they've kind of been waiting for to pair with Ohtani. They're working that 6-man rotation, Raphael. Do you think that the Angels pitching staff is going to be able to keep up this level of production?
I think so, because if they continue to play like this, they'll get an arm during a trade deadline. There's going to be a lot of arms out there because there's a lot of bad teams that are going to want to dump some payroll on there. So I do believe this could be finally we see the Angels. And again, everyone's making the playoffs this year, so it doesn't really matter. I think this is the year that maybe the Angels will pick up another bat, some arms during the trade deadline. I like this team. I think they can be very competitive. When everyone thought it was just going to be a Houston division winner and everyone else was going to be playing for second and third place, I think the Halos and Astros are going to be battling.
Yeah, I want to see Mike Trout in October, man. It's a damn shame that guy has never made the playoffs. I want to see what he can do in some October baseball. So, all right, the Angels pitching staff has been one of the biggest surprises in baseball, just kind of collectively as a group. But the Cleveland Indians offense, like their lineup, I think has been maybe the biggest surprise in baseball. Over the last 3 or 4 years, the Indians, man, runs were hard to come by. They have been winning with pitching and defense. They've lost as much pop and just as much high-end talent over the last couple of years as any team in baseball in the last 2 or 3 free agencies. But they are number 3 in the majors in scoring right now, averaging 4.84 runs per game. They're number 2 in team batting average, and they're scoring these runs kind of an old-school way. They're number 21 in the league in home runs. Home runs and scoring are down. Got to manufacture runs. Right now, Cleveland is manufacturing offense as well as anyone in baseball. Are they going to be able to keep that up this week against the Chicago White Sox?
Yeah, I'm not sold on the White Sox, and I'm a big believer, especially you said it, with the home runs being down and runs being down. That means small ball is going to have to be impacted. And what Cleveland's doing right now, advancing runners, stealing, and stuff like that, I think small ball is going to be around until either they change the balls or the ball starts going out of the ballpark. I like this Guardians team. I think I said the Indians. I apologize. I think the Guardians are going to be in for a while. I'm not sold on this White Sox team. I think everyone's had them last year as their World Series favorites. They tanked. Everyone thought they were going to easily win a division this year. They have not looked good. So I think the Guardians are going to be up there. I think it's going to be between Guardians, Twins, and White Sox in this division, and would not be shocked if it's Twins, Guardians, White Sox when the season ends.
All right, the Guardians swept the opening series with the White Sox when they first met back in April this year. They are plus 175 on the series price. That is Cleveland this week. The White Sox are minus 210. I mean, is Jack McDowell coming out of the woodwork to start one of these games for the White Sox? Like what's going on? Explain that pricing to me right now.
Yeah, and they're undecided for the White Sox on who's pitching on Wednesday. So I don't know. Is Carlton Fisk coming out? Is Harold Baines playing DH for the White Sox? So yeah, I'm totally pumped this one. And I'm rooting for the Guardians big time because was it Plesac's on the mound today? I knew his dad really well. His dad was a huge horse bettor at MGM and followed me over at our area. We had some fantastic conversations. So I'm a big Dan Plesac. I'm sorry, nephew of Dan Plesac. So I'll be rooting for Zach today because I'm a big fan of him and his family. So I think they can get the W today. And it's all who pitches. Let's say the White Sox win tomorrow. They got their ace tomorrow going on the mound. But if undecided on Wednesday, if the Guardians can get this W today and maybe lose one tomorrow, you can hedge that 210 or the plus money on Wednesday, whoever goes for the White Sox.
Yeah, Giolito and Quantrill tomorrow. Quantrill's been one of the better starters. Again, not only is it weird that Cleveland's scoring run, but their pitching has been terrible. They're number 24 in the league in team ERA. Savale is supposed to go Wednesday for the Guardians. He's been a debacle. That's Velasquez's spot in the rotation for the White Sox. So yeah, that Wednesday game is going to be interesting to see how these two teams match up. But Cleveland at plus 175, I think that's a must bet right now. Just basically from the plain value standpoint. I know the White Sox are strong at home, but these are two 500 teams, and they played like 500 teams. So I just don't think that there's that much of a discrepancy where the White Sox should be minus 210 here. All right, we don't have a series price on this last series that we want to touch on, but we're going to stay in the AL Central. We have Houston at Minnesota. These have been two of the hottest teams in baseball. I know that the Yankees have sucked up a lot of the oxygen because they're the Yankees and because they went on that big winning streak. But Houston has all of a sudden won 7 in a row. And the Twins over the last 3 weeks, they're 14-3 in their last 17 games. They look phenomenal. They've won 9 straight home games. So first question, Raphael, is what do you see as the series price being for both of these teams? And which streak is going to get snapped first? The Twins' 9-game home winning streak or Houston's 7-game winning streak overall?
Eesh, that's a tough one. I mean, Ryan's on the mound on Tuesday against Verlander. I always root for Verlander because his wife is hot. But I probably Minnesota. They're just playing really, really good ball at home. They're getting some quality hits at home. Their bullpen's pitches a lot better at home. So I'm going to say them. I'm a little bit shocked on the Astros coming in there. I think I bashed them in our first baseball video saying that I wasn't sold on them. And then boom, all of a sudden they ring off 8 out of 10 or 7 out of 10, whatever they're doing on that. So they made me look like a big doofus right now. But the way Minnesota plays at home, as long as Minnesota weather doesn't kick my butt, because who knows, it could be 70 one day in Minnesota and snow flurries the next day. I like the Minnesota Twins at home. I think I have them winning the division before the season started. I like their pitching. I think Joe Ryan can probably get that quick W on Tuesday. I like the Twinkies at home.
Would you put them at maybe minus 130? And maybe
I'm sorry. Yeah, I had it down here. I had them like minus 135, minus 140, as high as 140. I would be shocked if it's anything higher than 140. If it's anything higher than 140, then I have to look at myself and say, do I take the Astros maybe in this series? Because I think it would be way too high.
I love it that you're calling them the Astros. If people aren't picking up on that, that's phenomenal. No, you mentioned Joe Ryan, young starter for Minnesota. If you haven't watched him yet, he's been phenomenal. 1.63 ERA, 0.83 WHIP. He is the arm that they got back for trading Nelson Cruz to Tampa Bay. And Raphael, the rookie has been phenomenal. Do you think he's going to keep it up, or do you think that, rookie starting pitchers, sometimes they start hot, but then batters get a look at them, they get some tape on them, they make adjustments a little bit quicker than the young pitchers do? What are you looking at out of Joe Ryan over these next few weeks?
I know his last start was on the road, but it was against AAA team Baltimore. So I'm throwing that one out. I was really impressed with his last home win when he went. I think he went 7+ innings when he beat the Tigers 5-0. I mean, the bullpen came in, relieved him well, pitched lights out through the 8th and 9th inning. 5-0 is a 5-0 win. I don't care who it is. So I'm impressed with him. He's very poised. He doesn't get rattled. If he misses a pitch and he gets hit hard, you could tell on the mound he's not rattled. He just goes on his business. I like him. What a steal they got for trading Nelson Cruz to get Joe Ryan. I mean, because that's what Minnesota always need. They never really had that big key pitcher. It could be Joe Ryan.
Yeah, and it's like I always try and tell people, it's kind of like the Angels, like we mentioned with Syndergaard. It's not just getting an ace. That has its own benefit, right? Of having a guy that you can count on every 5th day, that stopper, that slump stopper, like that. But by having a legitimate ace at the top of your rotation, it allows you to now slot everyone else one spot back so that they are matched up against the other team's second starter, third starter. And it just gives you more balance. It puts everyone where they're supposed to be. When you don't have an ace, like you look at a team like Cincinnati. Now, Cincinnati's bad for a lot of reasons, okay? But Trevor Mahle as their ace, as their number 1 starter, the guy's a 4th starter, maybe a 3rd starter on even a good team. He's just not that good. So when he's lining up against other teams' ace pitchers, you're already at a tremendous disadvantage. So, yeah, Joe Ryan's been one of the better pickups of this season. Now, something to keep in mind about this series is that Houston has dominated the AL Central. They're 76-35 in their last 111 games against teams from the AL Central. We talked about this a couple weeks ago with the Yankees going into Toronto. You can't bet against the streak. So I don't know if I'm in a hurry to bet against Minnesota at home. But Houston, the way they're playing, winning 7 in a row, if we can catch them around even money with Justin Verlander tomorrow, I think that might be worth might be worth a little bit of dabble. All right, Raphael, can't let you out of here without giving the people some more love. Ooh, you got a free play for us?
I'm going to throw out two of them because I've been teeter-tottering on both of them. I like Thor at home. I like the Angels minus 135. Wait to see if that goes down to minus 130 because I think Tampa Bay better money might come in. It's a late game. I think it's 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. So if you can get minus 135, minus 130 on Thor and the Angels, I would grab that. But also, double mortgage the house. Ask the wife for a raise. Take the Cubs team total 3.5 under today. They stink. They just got swept by the Dodgers over the weekend. Now they have to do a horrible road trip to West Coast. You figured after they landed, they all went out for fish tacos and tequila. Now they have to play tonight with Kyle Hendricks, who throws up softballs on the road. There's no way the Cubs are scoring 4 runs today. Take the under 3.5. I don't care if there was minus $3 on the under 3.5. Give me the under the Cubs 3.5 team total today.
Again, I'm really appreciating how much you hate your favorite team right now, the Cubs. And, you know, this Cubs series, hopefully San Diego wins all 3 of these games.
Oh, I think it is. Yeah, they stink.
We're just pathetic. But this is just in keeping with, and we're going to talk about that in our Thursday video out there for all of you that are enjoying this. Be back Thursday. We're going to preview the weekend series. San Diego, man, I don't know who they have to thank, who they have an in with at the league office, but they have just had the golden schedule this entire season. And next week they have to play, I think it's like the Mets, maybe the Astros, the Phillies. I don't know. Like San Diego is finally going to go up against some major league caliber teams instead of the cupcakes that they've been playing for the last 3 weeks. I'm really looking forward to making some money through the rest of May betting against San Diego. All right, for my free play, I'm giving you Tampa Bay on the series price. I think it's ridiculous that they're plus 130. I know that the Angels are playing very well at home, but Tampa Bay has just been tearing up these teams in the West. They have dominated the Angels. They're 32-11 in their last 43 games in Los Angeles. They have no problem in that ballpark. And they're 20-6 in their last 26 games against the Angels. So I hope the Angels win tonight for your free play, Raphael. But then I hope Tampa Bay wins the next 2 games and cashes the series ticket. At the underdog price, it really is just tremendous value. So, all right, do you have anything else that you want to leave our viewers with, Raphael? Any other thoughts on this week in baseball?
If you're a big baseball fan and did not bet Rich Strike on the Kentucky Derby, that was kind of weird because it got the baseball name, Rich Strike. 80-1 most books in their future pools. I saw anywhere between 250 and 300-1 on future pools. But what a crazy Kentucky Derby that one. I didn't pick it. I didn't cash it. I threw him out early. He wasn't even supposed to run until Friday, so that's why I didn't even think about Rich Strike. But if you were a baseball fan on Saturday and you were watching baseball before the Derby and say, Rich Strike, I'll bet that. I love baseball. You probably cash in some nice tickets.
That idiot cost me the exacta, the trifecta, and the superfecta. If he had just been as terrible as he was supposed to be, I would have swept up at the Kentucky Derby. I really would have done well. So I'm a little salty about that. But yeah, all right. He's Raphael Esparza. I'm Robert Ferringo. Check back on Thursday for our next MLB handicapping bonanza. Until then, carpe diem and good luck.